What is a twin flame? I've been on this journey knowing and researching, dealing with what exactly a twin flame is, and I have been reading, listening to different materials about this. It's been 2 years I know of this, and I met someone who was really fit in this description, what people define as twin flame. So, a twin flame experience, you can say, could be a really, could feel really strong energy and being in the same energy level with the person, feeling the same way. It's not the traditional meaning of love. From that point, I have been thinking, refining love different way. Not the way like being into someone, but more like reflecting love within, reflecting on each other, to each other. At that moment or time frame, we feel in the same energy, start to feel awakened to something different than was before, awakening to truth of ourselves, awakening to our life purpose. This can take longer, days, weeks, months. For me, this is where I really started my awakening journey, noticing that I could say my ego is in the way. I can separate ego from my real self. And since I am hunger to this knowledge, to know, learning more and more, and I think this connection can help go for that. But something I had to realize, people say who notice this a journey as a twin flame journey, that or define their journey like that you cannot get detached, because at some point it will be painful, not for everyone, heard that too, but most of this journey turns to a little bit kind of suffering because of the ego is on the way and all the blocks we need to deal with. Blocks comes up because that's the part of the journey. It's not really a fairy tale story and journey. It could be, but for most of us not. So I felt like most of the people who has this, that I could not get detached. I wanted it and keep coming back, but I noticed something, that since we can be whatever we want, so there's nothing impossible in life. So you can forget, detach the person if you want to. And why I couldn't? Because deep down I didn't want to. I got to conclusion that since I'm practicing consciousness, being in the present, thoughtless most of the time, we can do anything if we really want to. And since that energy, that story finished long time ago, and I'm still holding on to it, was thinking that I could not have any more of that experience, which is not true. We can always have more and more of that. The only way we can't if we don't let that go, attached to that and feeling bad, attached to a person who's already gone, haven't heard from him for long. And even though I learned a lot about myself ever since that beginning of the connection, they say any type of connection lasts until the contract ends. The contract of the souls which we sign when we start our journey as souls, it ends when we're done. And I was thinking this contract has not ended if I'm still learning from it, keeping it alive. And I decided to look for other connections, because if you're there to where you think you cannot detach from it, the only reason you can't, because you don't really want to. Believing that because it's divine, you can still detach. It's not about being attached even if it's divine connection. It's not about what we really want about it, because that's ego and that's not divine. One thing is egoistic. So by not letting go and not just accept the fact, can only prevent from similar connection happen.